Emma Stone, the acclaimed actress known for her captivating performances in films like La La Land and Poor Things, has long been a figure of intrigue in Hollywood, not just for her talent but for the personal stories she occasionally shares about her path to stardom. Born Emily Jean Stone on November 6, 1988, in Scottsdale, Arizona, she grew up in a close-knit family with a passion for acting that manifested early on. Her parents, Jeffrey and Krista Stone, supported her dreams, even enrolling her in acting classes and allowing her to perform in local theater productions. By the age of 11, Emily was already auditioning for roles, and her big break came when she landed a part in a national commercial. However, as she ventured deeper into the professional world of acting, she encountered the bureaucratic realities of the industry, particularly the rules enforced by the Screen Actors Guild, SAG, now known as SAG-AFTRA. The SAG requires that performers register a unique stage name to avoid conflicts with other members, a rule designed to prevent confusion in credits and contracts. For a young aspiring actress like Emily, who was just 15 when she decided to pursue acting full-time, this presented an immediate challenge. Another actress had already claimed Emily Stone, forcing her to get creative. It was during this pivotal moment that she toyed with the idea of rebranding herself entirely. In a candid revelation during her appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert in late 2025, Emma opened up about this lesser-known chapter of her career. She explained that for a brief period, specifically 6 months when she was 16, she adopted the stage name Riley Stone. The choice of Riley was whimsical, born out of a desire for something fresh and distinctive. "I decided I wanted to be Riley, so I was Riley Stone," she recounted with a laugh, emphasizing how it felt like a bold reinvention at the time. This experimentation with Riley Stone wasn't just a fleeting whim. It marked her first foray into the performative aspect of identity in Hollywood. At 16, Emma, still Emily at heart, was navigating the awkward transition from teenager to professional. She had dropped out of high school to move to Los Angeles with her mother, a decision that underscored her commitment but also amplified the pressures she faced. The name Riley evoked a sense of cool detachment, perhaps inspired by the tomboyish roles she admired or the effortless vibe of characters in teen dramas of the era. She described it as a beautiful name, one that rolled off the tongue with a certain elegance and modernity. For those initial months, Riley Stone became her calling card in auditions and early credits. Notably, she used this moniker in a guest-starring role on the supernatural drama Medium, opposite Patricia Arquette, in an episode that aired in 2005. Playing a minor character in the series which delved into themes of the afterlife and psychic visions, young Riley Stone made her mark, even if it was under the radar. However, the experiment with Riley quickly unraveled due to a hilariously relatable mishap on the set of another show. Emma's next gig was a guest spot on the beloved sitcom Malcolm in the Middle, starring Frankie Muniz and Bryan Cranston. The episode, which captured the chaotic energy of a dysfunctional family, required quick pacing and constant calls from directors and crew. As Emma recalled, the production team repeatedly shouted "Riley" to get her attention, but she found herself frozen in confusion each time. They kept going, "Riley, Riley," and I had no idea who they were talking to. "Truly," she shared on Colbert's show, mimicking her bewildered expression to the audience's delight. It was a moment of profound disconnection. The name she had chosen felt alien, like it belonged to someone else entirely. In the high-stakes environment of a live set, where split-second responses are crucial, this disconnect became untenable. "I cannot be Riley," she decided on the spot, realizing that a stage name should enhance her presence, not hinder it. This epiphany led to a swift pivot. Drawing from her birth name Emily, she selected Emma as a compromise, close enough to feel authentic yet distinct enough to satisfy SAG rules. "It's close enough to Emily," she explained, highlighting the phonetic and emotional tie that made the transition seamless. By the time her Malcolm in the Middle episode aired later that same year, 2005, the credits listed her simply as Emma Stone. This change proved fortuitous, as it aligned perfectly with her burgeoning career. Just a year later, at 17, she starred in the VH1 series Lucky Louie, a short-lived but gritty comedy created by Louis C.K., where her natural charisma shone through. From there, roles in films like Superbad, 2007, where she played the sharp-witted Jules, catapulted her into the spotlight. The name Emma Stone became synonymous with versatility, able to toggle between quirky rom-com leads and dramatic powerhouses, as seen in her Oscar-nominated turn in Birdman, 2014, and her Best Actress win for La La Land, 2016. Reflecting on this naming journey years later, Emma has shown a mix of nostalgia and pragmatism. In a 2024 interview with The Hollywood Reporter, she expressed a quiet longing to reclaim her birth name fully. "I would like to be Emily," she admitted, noting the intimacy of being addressed by the name her family has always used. "That would be so nice." This sentiment echoes a broader conversation she's had about identity in the public eye. During a 2024 appearance on Today, she elaborated, "I've been saying Emily my whole life. You can call me whatever you want. You can make up a name." Her flexibility speaks to her grounded personality, shaped by a childhood where she battled anxiety and stage fright, even developing a fear of crowds that she channeled into her performances. Therapy and mindfulness practices helped her overcome these hurdles, allowing her to embrace the fluidity of her professional persona. Emma's story of switching from Riley Stone to Emma Stone is more than a quirky anecdote. It's a microcosm of the reinvention many young artists undergo in Hollywood. The industry demands adaptability, from accents and looks to, yes, even names. Yet Emma's choice to stay tethered to her roots ultimately grounded her success. Consider her trajectory. After La La Land, she took risks with roles in The Favorite, 2018, a period dramedy that earned her another Oscar nomination, and Poor Things, 2023, a surreal feminist tale directed by Yorgos Lanthimos that showcased her physical comedy chops. In each, the essence of Emily, curious, resilient, and unpretentious, peers through the Emma facade. Moreover, this naming evolution parallels the evolution of her public image. Early in her career, Emma was the girl-next-door type, evoking the charm of 1990s icons like Meg Ryan. As she matured, she leaned into edgier fare, like the psychological thriller Cruella, 2021, where she embodied a punk rock villainess. Yet, through it all, she's maintained a reluctance to be typecast, much like how she rejected Riley for not fitting her vibe. Off-screen, Emma's life reflects this authenticity. Married to writer Dave McCary since 2020, with whom she shares a daughter born in 2021, she prioritizes privacy, rarely posting on social media and focusing on family amid her busy schedule. Her production company, Fruit Tree, founded in 2020, aims to champion female-driven stories, further underscoring her commitment to meaningful narratives over superficial gloss.